The Denver Broncos, I'm just going to say it right now, are my sleepers to win this division this year. I think that they have everything that they can to win this division. They got Bo Nix, fantastic rookie season last year. They have a guy who I should have drafted, RJ Harvey, which I'm very excited to see. Cortland Sutton is looking really nice with Bo Nix. And then the defense. Who don't they have? Right? They're good all the way through on this defense.
Yeah.
This team is not one to sleep on. This team is one I'm watching in the AFC right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the BeardZone Sports Talk. My name is David. I got Carlos with me as usual, and tonight we are wrapping up our way too early predictions. This is our favorite time of year. We love diving into these divisions, and because this is coming to a head and because this is coming to an end, we know that football is right around the corner. Carlos, this Thursday is a Hall of Fame game. This football is officially back. I know everyone wants to poop on the Hall of Fame game and the preseason and everything, but we have NFL football back this weekend. That is exciting to me, so I'm excited. But let's break down this AFC West division. Carlos, the Kansas City Chiefs are on an incredible run right now because of Patrick Mahomes, because of Andy Reid. If those two guys are together, they're going to be tough to beat. No matter what weapons you have, no matter what offensive line you have, no matter what defense you have, when Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are on the same team, it's like Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. You're going to give these guys a fighting chance, and they're going to be Super Bowl contenders every single year. They're on an 8-year run right now in the West. Carlos, is it going to be 9 years this year?
I don't know. They've got a couple teams that are like, hold on 1 minute. They've got some young teams, man. They're ready to take over that spot. They're gonna be a dogfight. It's a good division. Like overall, every team has got something like exciting, kind of. I feel like a buzz about them. That you got three teams that potentially can win it. And then, but even the Raiders got a little bit of buzz. Pete Carroll bringing that old swag of his there, and they got Aston Genty, who I can't wait to talk about this guy. The guy looks amazing so far in OTA. And then you got Jim Harbaugh there, and then then you have Kansas City,
Sean Payton.
Yeah, and Sean Payton. It's a good division. It's exciting.
Something about the AFC. So as we were going through and doing the AFC predictions, the teams, NFC needs to start taking notes on how to draft quarterbacks because the elite level of quarterback play in the AFC conference is unreal.
Ridiculous.
It's an absolute gauntlet for anybody trying to get into the Super Bowl through the AFC. I don't care who you are. Obviously Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they've kind of made it almost like a yearly family vacation, wherever the Super Bowl is these past few years. But this conference in general is loaded with quarterback talent. And then you go to the AFC West, and I think they might be one of the best. Now AFC, North, they got Lamar, they got Joe, Aaron Rodgers, if you want to write him off. You go over to the east side, it's really just Josh Allen. No offense to your boy Tua. I know that you made an argument for him last week.
After last week where nobody's jumping on board with me here?
I know. So, man. But really, and think about it this way, Carlos. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to be healthier this year. They're getting Rashee Rice back. They're going to go ahead and get Hollywood Brown, Isaiah Pacheco, who is an explosive guy out of the backfield. They're going to be back, right? So, this is going to be a hard team to dethrone, man. I don't see it happening. I really don't.
I worry about, they lose Tooney, and then they plug in another guard there, Caliendo, and then they draft Josh Simmons, so you got a rookie tackle now. The line is a little we're going to have to see what happens with that offensive line because they've always had a pretty decent offensive line. And then hopefully Pacheco stays healthy. I mean, when I watch Pacheco run, I'm not sure what to think about it. The guy's running a million miles an hour on his tippy toes, and then I don't know. I don't know what kind of runner he is. So, but healthy, he's explosive out of the backfield. I'm kind of more excited with them to see Rashee Rice back, Xavier Worthy, and Hollywood Brown at the same time. You got these three guys can run. What I mean run, they run. Like they're Miami Dolphin receiver fast. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah. And then with Rice back, I think we're going to see a bounce back here from Kelsey. I think last year he realized he messed up. Too many Tay concerts with him wearing his stupid top hat, dancing around on stage like a little clown. So I think he's back. I think we're going to see. I mean, and he's getting old. I think we're going to see a good year out of Kelsey. I don't know if it's those prime years that we saw from Kelsey where he was the elite. I don't know if those years are still with him, but I think we're going to see a Kelsey that's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder from last year. He wasn't really good last year.
I agree. And I mean, Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey, I mean, they've kind of been, that dynamic duo there, the consistency with the Kansas City Chiefs. They've lost now 2 Super Bowls together. And each time there's been one consistent in both of those Super Bowl losses. Patrick Mahomes can't be protected, and Kelsey kind of got just out manned in his routes.
Yeah,
kind of became irrelevant in the passing game. He wasn't really super efficient in either of those Super Bowl losses. So I'm with you when it comes down to the offensive line because this offensive line needs to be able to protect Patrick Mahomes. But because they have a head coach like Andy Reid and they've kind of kept all of the coaching staff, that's something that we're not really seeing. We used to talk about the Andy Reid coaching tree. Now it's kind of starting to become the Sean McVay coaching tree, and Andy Reid is kind of keeping his guys together. So there's consistency there in Kansas City. I mean, you don't win the division 8 years in a row because of luck. I mean, at some point, there's true consistency here in the way that these guys are coached. They have all bought into the system, and I don't see them getting dethroned. But I am excited to see some of these teams play because I do think that this is a better division than a lot of people are giving it credit for. And so I want to jump to the next team, which is the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert, second year with Jim Harbaugh. It was a good year last year. I think it helped because there was finally a run game there in Los Angeles. That's something that Justin Herbert needed. Here's the thing with Justin Herbert. He has all the talent in the world. He can throw any football that he wants to out there on the field. He is an absolute tank to try and take down. The dude's a big kid, but he needs help. He has to have some sort of supports. And unfortunately, with Kansas City, with the Chargers, they really, I mean, they do have, the guy last year, Ladd McConkey. So, I mean, he had a great year with them last year. I think he's going to continue to develop into a star wide receiver into this league. They had J.K. Dobbins kind of revitalize his career last year. I think Jim Harbaugh maybe ran him a little too much, and so we saw him, kind of get injured there towards the end of the year. But they don't have him anymore. They end up going out and getting Najee Harris. And then they have the rookie, Omarion. So I'm excited for that kid. I was kind of bummed out that I wasn't able to draft him in our fantasy draft this past week. But the Chargers, can they finally overcome that hump, Carlos?
I like to think that they can. They got a decent defense with Derwin James leading them back there. But like you said, you look at their receiving core. They have McConkey. He's good. He had a great rookie season. And I'm going to name this next wide receiver, and some people will know who I'm talking about. They have Clifford Franklin from the replacements, and they don't know how to coach the guy. I don't think it's Clifford Franklin's problem that he's dropping so many balls. You got to put that stick himself on him, and he can catch the ball. He did it with the Washington team on the replacements. He can do it with them. But Quentin Johnson, man, what a terrible draft pick he's been. He's dropping balls again. I've seen videos of him dropping. And then after that, I mean, they get Trey Harris, who I do like, and in college he was really good with Ole Miss, but he had some injuries. So, man, they got to get the guy some help. Najee has the issue with his eye now, so we don't know when he's actually going to come back on the field. But Hampton is a great pick for them. He's a 3-down back that can do anything that you want. He catches the ball well above average. Great pick for them. But, man, you would think maybe somebody picks up the phone and brings Keenan Allen back home, man. Bring the guy back.
I was thinking about that. Why not? He has history with Justin Herbert. Keenan Allen's been consistent. He was pretty decent last year with Caleb Williams. I'm surprised that no team has picked him up because there are definitely, I would say, at least a handful of teams out there that could need a veteran wide receiver like Keenan Allen. I think he still has some juice left in the tank. I'm with you. What? Bring him back, man. Just bring him back. Get the reunion going. Help your quarterback out with Justin Herbert a little bit more because he does, man. He's that quarterback that he needs that supporting cast. He's not a Josh Allen. He can't win the game on his own. He can't. He needs that supporting cast. Bring Keenan back.
I think
Let's start the petition, Carlos.
Yeah, bring him back now. He can end his career there. I mean, it's where he had a great career with them. Just bring him back. I mean, unless he doesn't want to come back, but he can mentor the two young guys. He can be very key for them on third downs. I mean, he's still got, like you said, he's still got some playing time in him. But they've got to go address that somehow. Like, you can't roll into the season where McConkley and Trey Harris are your two guys, and you don't even know what you're going to get out of Harris yet because he hasn't stepped against competition. But you know what you get out of Quentin Franklin Johnson. Man, you get nothing. That guy, I don't know what happened between TCU and him getting to the pros, but maybe I don't know. Go back.
Georgia. Maybe that's what happened to him. Because in that national championship game, holy crap, they got absolutely destroyed.
I'm telling you, I want to see that guy lined up on the outside holding his hands like this because all that gunk's on it. And, this don't look right. But, just catch the ball, Franklin.
Man, I love that. That's a great movie, too, by the way. That's an absolutely fantastic movie. But you're right. Here's the thing, though. I feel like that Jim Harbaugh is starting to try and build this running game, which was very successful last year with J.K. Dobbins. And I think that getting Amarion Hampton, I mean, that kid is going to be, come on, dude. He's going to be lights out. I mean, he really is. I hope Najee can, I think Najee will be okay. But even though they have that depth there, they have that depth where, okay, you can bring in the rookie. But I think Najee is going to be that nice little, like, 3rd and 1, 3rd and short, 4th and short, 3rd and goal, that kind of thing. And they're going to use Hampton kind of down the field. So I think it's going to play really well into what Jim Harbaugh is continuing to do. And let's not forget, man, they do have a pretty solid offensive line. So, I mean, that's just Jim Harbaugh's way. Old school kind of guy.
These teams, though, in this AFC West, man, they got tough schedules. They're off out of conference are tough. I mean, the Chargers are going to be playing, besides the Chiefs and Broncos and everybody else, they've got the Vikings, the Steelers, Houston, which is going to be a tough defense. These are all teams with top-end defenses, the Commanders and the Eagles. Like, this AFC West, they're in for a long year with their schedule. It's going to be tough for them.
Well, I'm talking about defense with the Chargers, and this will be my last point. Let's not forget, their defense was actually really good last year. I think it was like the top scoring defense last year, or they allowed the fewest points until they met Tampa, and then Tampa put 42 on them. So, but hey, what are you gonna do when you have Baker Mayfield and all that, and company? So, but The next team, I don't know, man. I think Los Angeles, gosh, and I can already hear it. I can already hear it in the comment section, but it's okay. Dude, Los Angeles, man, I mean, I think that it's going to be between them and the Raiders for last place. I don't know. I really do. But let's move on to the Raiders. They got Pete Carroll. They got Geno Smith. So Geno and Pete, kind of reunite. They got Ashton Genty, which you got Ashton Genty in the draft. Congratulations, sir. They have a solid defense. They got rid of Christian Wilkins. Interesting. It was very interesting story that came out about that whole scenario.
What did you hear? What did you hear?
I heard that he kissed someone on the top of the head, and he pissed someone off, and they were like, "Screw this guy."
Well, evidently there's been reports that he's a little bit on the freaky side and does some weird stuff, and he did something very weird. It was it first came out, they were trying to blame him on his foot and surgery, but then now it's come out some players that have played with him, like, got a little bit of a freaky side to him, and he did something very uncomfortable. What do you have to do that's uncomfortable in an NFL locker room? They're like, you're done. We're cutting you, and we may have to give you $34 million. What is the level of freaky? What happened? What happened?
I don't know. All I need to say is maybe check the list for the PD party.
It's gonna come out. Somebody knows. There's cameras everywhere. Somebody's got it on tape.
What I heard, it was just he like kissed the top of the head of a guy, and it was a little too. But to me, I'm like, that doesn't seem like it's enough to warrant.
Maybe after he was done, he kissed his top of his head, but something happened before that. Nobody cuts a player he's good.
He is,
and just like, we'll take our chances. We're gonna say we're not gonna pay you, but there's a good chance we're gonna pay you. But
yeah, I don't know what you have to do, because you make a very valid point. I mean, I've never been in an NFL locker room, but because of all of the podcasts that are now out, and the media is now becoming the players, right? So you hear all of these stories. It's like, I mean, come on, man. It's just guys being guys.
They had Max Crosby in that locker room, who looks like he does some crazy stuff, but this guy has topped it to like. I like Christian Wilkins because he's ex-Dolphin, and he's funny. Yeah. When he's mic'd up, he's funny. But brother, come on, what did you do? We all want to know that.
One of my favorite mic'd up moments of Christian Wilkins was, "I'm not scared of you." Like, I'm like, it seems like all defensive linemen though have the same kind of like sense of humor or something. Maybe, I mean, obviously Christian Wilkins is a little bit over the top.
Yeah.
So, but who knows? But going back to the Raiders, they have Max Crosby still there. They have. I feel like that the Raiders are like Swiss cheese. They can be really good, right? But there's definitely some holes in them, and so it's going to be interesting to see. I'm just really excited to see what Ashton Genty does. I do like Geno Smith. Geno Smith was really good with Seattle, especially when he was with Pete Carroll. Now, Dave Canales was also there. So a lot of people credit Dave Canales for the success of Geno Smith. But I think that Geno going back with Pete Carroll, it kind of gives them in a familiar system. And it's going to be one of those things. They're going to turn around and hand the ball off to Ashton Genty. It's just going to be that's going to be the offense, because that was Pete Carroll in Seattle when they were, Super Bowl contenders, because they had Marshawn Lynch. So
I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to think I think he's going to be, I'm trying to think of an old school back, whether it's LaDainian Tomlinson, somebody like, there's nothing that Genty can't do. He catches the ball, he runs hard. He's going to be a good back. I can't wait to see it. But they're in another boat. They have an elite tight end. Brock Bowers is even Nick.
Forgot about him.
When Nick Saban says, "Hey, who are you scared of?" and he's like, "Brock Bowers," the guy's good. And now they have Genty. They're just missing that wide receiver. They're kind of in the same boat with the Chargers, where they don't even have a McConkley. They need Jacoby Myers can't be your one. He's not a one. But they need that guy, and they had the guy. I think twice with Antonio. Didn't they have Antonio Brown and Devontae Adams, and they've lost?
Yeah, well, they had Antonio Brown, and then something happens at the bottom of his feet. So, like with the
What's going
so
on, Raider Nation? What's
and
going
then
on?
they got Devontae Adams, and he was like, "Hey Jets, like,
Aaron,
yeah, Aaron, please save me." I don't know, man. The Raiders are going to be it's a rebuild. I mean, it is. Like I said, they have some really strong pieces to build around. Geno cannot. I don't think Geno can be your long-term plan, but he definitely is a nice band-aid right now to kind of allow you to go elsewhere to kind of put some more pieces together. Genty's going to be great.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, right? Or he could be Trent Richardson. We don't know.
Oh God, don't put that voodoo on him, Ricky Bobby.
We don't know though,
because don't bring that in here, Ricky Bobby.
He's a rookie.
Trent Richardson.
Yeah, I know. I had to pull that.
I've seen some video of this guy in training camp, and he just everything looks so effortless, and he's just so smooth. But I think they got like the next coming of like Bo Vincent Jackson, man. He runs hard. Bo could catch. Like there wasn't nothing that he could do, and
that's some big shoes.
And Bo looked very effortless when he ran, but everything was smooth. But power was behind it. So yeah.
Well, they do need weapons outside of Brock Bowers, and then they need some pieces on defense to be filled up.
Yeah,
I think that they'll be patient with Pete Carroll. I love the signing. I think Pete Carroll is going to be a fantastic coach for them, and I love to see Pete back on the sideline because he just has that energy, that infectious energy that he can bring into this organization that I think that really needs it because they've been kind of up and down, right? Yeah. I mean, from a couple of years ago, they had John Gruden, and then the email came out, and it's just been up and down from them. Really since they left Oakland. Well, I mean, actually, they haven't won the division since 2002, which I believe that's the Rich Gannon MVP season. And then they, ran into Tampa, and I mean, that just, sucks. So, but, I mean, they haven't won the division since 2002. It's really kind of been the division of either the Broncos or the Chiefs for the last almost 2 decades, right? I mean, San Diego, well, now Los Angeles. San Diego had a little bit of a run. But the Raiders need to get back in this, man. They were the mean team back in the day, and I want to see them kind of get back to that. And maybe relax on, check the P. Diddy list before you sign players. That's just all I'm going to say. Maybe that was it. I don't know. I truly don't. But the most exciting team, Carlos, to me, let's just get to it, is the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos, I'm just going to say it right now, are my sleepers to win this division this year. I think that they have everything that they can to win this division. They got Bo Nix, fantastic rookie season last year. Fantastic rookie season. They have a guy who I should have drafted, RJ Harvey, which I'm very excited to see. Cortland Sutton is looking really nice with Bo Nix in practice right now in this training camp. And then the defense. Who don't they have? Right? They're good all the way through on this defense.
Yeah.
This team is not one to sleep on. This team is one I'm watching in the AFC right now.
Yeah, they're tough, and then they go out and get Evan Ingram, which for Sean Payton, he had Jimmy Graham in those days, and I think they're going to see the same type of, he's going to get a lot of red zone carry or catches and stuff like that. So they bring in, I feel like they could use another outside weapon with, I feel like it's a recurring theme. Hey, they just need one wide receiver. But Cortland Sutton, I like Cortland Sutton. He's a good receiver. He's kind of that guy that gets overlooked a lot. He's in Denver, and if you look at his quarterback situation, 2 years hasn't been real good. So, but their defense is going to be what propels them. This defense is lights out. It's definitely top 5. Arguably, you can go 1 or 2 with them. There's some other teams out there that have got really good defenses as well. The Ravens are one in Houston, Steelers as always. But man, my question is, with every rookie quarterback, are we going to see this sophomore slump? Are teams down have seen Bo Nix? They've got tons of film on him. Like, does he have all the capabilities you're looking for? Like, you know, is he better than Justin Herbert? Do you think he's better than
Bo Nix?
Bo Nix?
I think he's going to have a better career.
So, and that's a question I don't even know when I think of the two, because there was a point where people were talking about maybe Herbert could be a possible mini bust in a sense, but I feel like with Bo, the one thing I know, he's going to bring a lot of heart to the game. He's going to play you're going to get everything out of this guy you can possibly ask for, and a lot of fiery, and I think he's a good matchup with Sean Payton. But I'm curious to see how this season goes. I mean, like I say, everybody's got film on him, and people will adjust to him. I think people might have underestimated how athletic he actually is, especially when he ran the ball. I think that caught some teams off guard.
I just go back to the third game of the year last year when they played Tampa here in Tampa, and just how good he looked.
Yeah.
He looked so good. He looked so comfortable. It looked like the game was slow for him. He really started to that's when he really started to and I mean, it was only 3 games into the season. I mean, they won 3 games in a row. They went on winning streaks, which is what you want to see from your, from your rookie quarterback. Now I'm looking at their schedule.
They got a couple tough road games, for sure.
Oh yeah, this year for sure. But I was looking at their schedule last year. The teams that they beat last year, I mean, it's understandable why they beat them, right? And you can't look at the Week 18 game against the Chiefs because they beat them 38-0. But I don't think I think the Chiefs had the practice squad players playing that game. Yeah. So you can't. I mean, they went into overtime with the Bengals shootout, right? But they lost to the Chargers. I mean, they beat Indy, Cleveland, Raiders, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans, and the Jets in Tampa. So outside of all of those teams that I just listed, 1 or 2 made the playoffs.
Yeah, they were in a lot of those other games, and that's just where I'm.
They were.
I think the improved backfield helps them out quite a bit, and they did. The offensive line is going to be better. So if they can get the same J.K. Dobbins that the Chargers got, and they can manage his workload, they can have a really good 1-2 punch, because they got the human jukebox with R.J. Harvey. That guy's gonna, man, he's definitely gonna break some ankles. So you have that punch that you see a lot of teams have. You have that scat back guy, and Harvey can carry the load. He can. In UCF, he ran the ball a lot. Like he's not a little guy. He kind of gives Peyton back his Alvin Kamara. So he drafted a younger, faster Kamara. So he's building. You're starting to see this team get back to those old New Orleans teams with that defense was mean back when they had the
Bounty Gate.
Yeah,
say the Bounty Gate.
Bounty Gate. I don't know why. I'm one of the few people I don't see a problem with it. I don't. It's football. But man, hey, it's football. Go take that guy out.
They were purposely trying to hurt people, like end people's career.
It's football. Like you're gonna a corner
comes
up and makes a tackle.
Have some respect.
A corner comes to make a tackle. Where does he go for? Straight for the knees. It's football. It's gonna, I get it. There was some money on the line. I get it, but they're in the NFC, so it didn't affect the Dolphins. But you're starting to see some of that toughness that you're starting to see that New Orleans teams that he built with Drew Brees and all that. You're starting to see that come to fruition in Denver. So I think I don't think they're quite there yet. They just got to hold everything together. I think there's one or two more pieces that they need. It's not on the defensive side of the ball. They just got to stay healthy. But that offensive side, I think they could use another receiver, and then bolster that O line a little bit. But they've got premier tight end. I'm a big Evan Ingram fan. I think Harvey, as long as he doesn't butt, becomes Trent Richardson. But if they can get 13 games out of J.K. Dobbins, the guys still, man, what a wasted. I hate to say a waste of talent. What a talent just never came to light. Like Dobbins is a beast, man. He just the good Lord bless him with two terrible knees. He'll give you everything you got. Oh, I forgot the knees. My bad.
Yeah. Whoops. Durability 0.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang it, man.
They're like speed, power, everything, durability. Go back to play.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be a fun division to watch. I mean, AFC West, obviously it's going to be the Chiefs, right?
I don't know.
But the Broncos are very interesting to me, man. There's something about it. And as a Sean Payton hater, like, I despise him. He's got something really good going on in Denver, though.
He does, but they like you said, they need some quality wins. They need a win. Like they need to beat the Chiefs. Great. I think the Raiders hold this division up from the bottom. I think they're another top 10 pick next year, which I think they're a top 10 pick, and I think the Chargers are probably a 500-ish team, right around there. But I think with the schedule that Denver is going to run next year, they need a couple big wins, and they didn't. Like you said last year, they beat the teams. Their defense beat those teams and put Bo and that offense in some good scenarios. So with field position and stuff, but they're going to need that win. They need that big win to kind of catapult them, give them that confidence they need that they can play with Kansas City, the Eagles. I mean, the NFC. Again, I think it's going to run through the Eagles again, but there's some tough defenses. It's kind of like with the quarterbacks in the AFC. The NFC has these defenses that are really freaking good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Okay, that'll be a team that they're going to see. Yes, for sure.
All right, Carlos. Impromptu. But this is it. This is our final way too early prediction. So, Carlos, for your way too early Super Bowl prediction, with the winner, who do we have, sir?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with the AFC. Who's gonna go to the Super Bowl? I'm taking the Ravens.
Okay.
I think the addition to Jair Alexander, their offense, I think they're finally gonna. I think there'll be a team that can get over the hump. Well, they win, no, because I said Lamar won't win. So the NFC. This is a tough one for me for the NFC because I don't want to say the Eagles again, and I don't want them to go back to back because their coach I don't like. He has the best punchable face I've ever seen in a human being, ever. So, man, I don't know. You know what? I think Dan Campbell runs it back. I think the Lions stay healthy. They're in the Super Bowl, and he finally brings a championship back to Detroit. And then that city's done forever because it will burn to the ground for sure. But I'm going Lions. Going Lions, Ravens, Lions winning it.
Okay. All right. My way too early Super Bowl prediction.
Don't you say it, you son of a...
Who should I choose for the NFC? Let's see. All right, let me start with the AFC, just like you did. Gosh, man, it's so hard. There's a part of me that just kind of wants to say Joe Burrow and the Bengals, but then I think of their defense, and I'm like, oh, speaking of their defense, Carlos, Trey Hendrickson is going to report to camp.
And Shamar Stewart signed his contract, and he looked like...
Congratulations, Bengals. It looks like maybe this offseason wasn't a complete dumpster fire.
Yeah, it's still a little bit. I saw the first play Shamar Stewart did, and I wasn't a fan that they picked him. 4.5 sacks in college, and all of a sudden this guy's going to eat it up in the pros. Nah, he got whooped right off the bat, and it's not looking good.
Welcome to the NFL kind of moment.
Yeah, I mean 4.5 sacks in college. Come on, like it's 1.5 a year. Like,
yeah, it's not anything,
Hey, we'll take.
But he was the guy that we were always talking about. He got a lot of pressure.
He did get a lot.
He just never finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's kind of like every guy doing a home project. Just never gets finished.
That is a great analogy.
Yeah.
Good job, Carlos. Look at you.
Look at that.
Man, fantastic analogy.
One down for me right
so
here.
There's So there's a part of me that I just want to say Joe Burrow because I love Joe Burrow, and I truly think that he is probably the best quarterback in the league, honestly. That defense is not Super Bowl caliber.
No.
So I'm looking at defenses, and honestly, AFC wise, it's the Ravens. That defense, just like you said, is stupid. And then they have an offense that can put up, 30-plus points a game if you really need them to. So, yeah, go ahead and give me the Ravens. I want to be different, though. I don't want to be, Ravens, Lions, just like you were.
You got to eliminate NFC West. I don't see a Super Bowl team in there.
There's no team in the NFC West that is a Super Bowl caliber. There's no team.
NFC South, is there a team there like Super Bowl caliber?
I mean, Tampa, yeah, I will say it. I feel good. In previous podcasts, if you've listened, I've also said I don't know if Baker's ever going to win one.
Why you think of this? Let me run something by you, because I saw this, and I thought, what if you were a Bucs fan and you could reverse this, what would you do? So when the Bucs picked Vita Vea, they traded, I believe, up to get Vea. They could have got Josh Allen.
Yeah,
what would you rather have, Josh Allen or Vita Vea?
Oh my God. Knowing how everything panned out, Vea, because we got Tom Brady, now we got Baker. Yeah,
I guess. Okay, but you got Josh Allen, man.
I understand that, but Josh Allen still doesn't have a Super Bowl.
Well, that's because he's in Buffalo. He's an idiot.
If it wasn't for... If Josh Allen would have been our quarterback, dude, the Bucs would have given up on him. They wouldn't have been patient like the Bills would have.
That's probably true.
They wouldn't have been patient.
All right.
So, and at the time, I guess we still had Jameis, but
a good run there.
Yeah. All right, for the NFC, man, this is gonna make me sick to my stomach. I don't want to say the Bucs because I know the comments.
You can say it if you're confident it's the Bucs. I mean, I didn't say the Dolphins because I didn't want to get roasted back-to-back weeks.
You're on a streak right now, and it's pretty impressive.
It is.
Gosh, man, it makes me sick. Give me the Eagles, though, man.
Really?
Give me the Eagles.
You going? Wait, are you giving Lamar the Super Bowl? Are you giving Jalen the Super Bowl?
I think Jalen's gonna win it again, man. That gosh, dude, I don't know, but the Ravens' defense is so good. But so is the Philadelphia Eagles. It would be a very good Super Bowl, I will say that. Give me gosh, man, I don't know.
All right, so you got it. We got your Eagles, Ravens.
Yeah.
Is there any other team out there you're like, but watch out for this one? I'm going to throw one at you. But I'm going to be like, hey, watch out for this one.
All right. What's your team?
And it's a really watch out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got Slay, Ramsey. The defense is locked in. TJ Watt's good. Like, Watch out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good one. Man. If I could go and say watch out for a team, dude,
Say it.
Broncos. No, the
Oh,
Broncos.
Broncos. Okay.
Broncos. Watch out for them. There's something about them. Dude, people know to watch out for Tampa. We're already on the map, bro.
Bro, you know what? I'm taking it on my back. Dolphins Super Bowl. We're winning it. Tua MVP. Eat it. Screw the Ravens. Screw the Lions. Coming back to Miami where it belongs.
Dude, if Tua wins a Super Bowl and Dan Marino never go,
I don't care. I'm going to go back to our last episode, and I'm just going to run it and make comment. I'm going to post so many videos about, yeah, now what? What? What about you, Mr. Comment here? Yeah, eat it.
Oh, man. No, seriously, watch out for the Denver Broncos. So let us know your way too early predictions down there in the comments section, or let us know how much you think that, you disagreed with us. We love it. We appreciate it. Hey, any comments, a good comment. So we appreciate the attention and, getting us out there in the algorithm. You're helping us whether you want to or not at that point. So, but do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this with your family and friends. Next week, we actually want to hear from you guys. We're thinking about doing fantasy. Let us know. Any fantasy questions, send them our way, and we will be sure to address them in next week's episode because fantasy drafts are now happening with training camp going on. So we have to get these teams built for you to win and get the bragging rights of your fantasy championship this year. So
I can tell you one thing. If you want fantasy advice, I am the Buffalo Bills of fantasy football. I will get you second place. Don't worry about it. I got you. Don't worry. If you're in a league that pays out, second place pays out well.
Hey,
so I got it.
You at least get your money back in most second place.
I'm a second place king, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. I can't win first. But I'm running a streak of second place. That's ridiculous right now.
Well, follow us here on the Beard Zone every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And until next Friday.